If you're in a replay, like and hype, like and hype. Y'all got it good. Y'all got it good because y'all don't have to worry about missing anything when y'all on a replay. So it's nothing for y'all to just go in and like and hype, right? I'm just trying to get the live up, y'all. Hold on. Where? No, that's not where I am. Where am I? I put the little live icon on my thumbnails, and sometimes I think that's the live, and it's not the live. What package is this, y'all? It's mine and my mom's. I don't know. I'll look it up later. Put that right there. How y'all doing on this Wednesday? We halfway through the week, y'all. Halfway through the week. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, here it is. Here it is. I'm just like, why can't I find this live? Y'all, I hope y'all are ready. We had the boy. Let me give a couple minutes. Y'all know I start running my mouth real quick. Real quick. Let me see. Associate Minister has all those great reminders already posted for y'all. Let me see. I'm scrolling up. Make sure I don't miss anybody in between. Let's see. Let's see. Ah, dang. Okay. All right, y'all. So let's give it a couple minutes to see who we get in here so we can discuss way back Wednesday, the way church used to be. This should be fun. This one should be fun. It amazes me how much alike or how many things that we've had in common across the world in all of the years. Every time we get on a theme and we all end up saying like the same thing, it's like it wasn't in your household. It wasn't just in your neighborhood. It was literally all over the world. Man, that is so awesome to me. I love that. I love that. You have things in common with people that you have never, ever met. Never met. And it could be doing the same exact thing in their household. That just amazes me. I don't know. That's the reason why I started way back Wednesday, because everybody loves going back for a little while. Even if it's for 30 minutes, if it's for an hour, whatever we can do to get back in those days, think about the good parts of them, bring them to the forefront, and us having that memory, man, that I know it does me good. And I think it does other people good too. So that's the reason why we have Way Back Wednesday over here, y'all. So as you know, we come every Wednesday at about 5 o'clock, 5:30 every Wednesday, so we can go back down memory lane and think about all of those things that was so good for us. Now, we haven't really touched on anything that was, I guess we could have had some things that could have been traumatizing, but we have yet to bring that to the forefront. We just want to feel good about the good old days. So for now, we're going to stay on that. Let me see. I have to catch the replay. I was invited to a revival. Okay, Sherry, you have a good time, okay? Make sure you have a good time. Make sure you catch the replay and get with me in the comments and let me know. Was you laughing? Because I know it's about to be funny. I know it's about to be funny. Oh, let me see. Sherry said she got a revival she got to go to. She ain't got time to be sitting around these YouTube streets. She got somewhere to go. She got somewhere to go. Everybody make sure to hit that like button. Get ready, get ready, so we can get started. Man, I got a list of things here. So I'm just going to call them off like one by one. That's how we're going to do it today. I know we'll probably start just shouting things out, but I'm going to go down the list to make sure. Let me know if y'all checked out that thumbnail, though. Did y'all see that thumbnail of me, Serenity Chris, in the front row? I said, let me put that. I don't even know if it's Serenity Chris. Let me ask them real quick. I'm going to say, let me ask them. Did y'all catch my thumbnail? I can't wait to see. Okay. All right, let me see. All right, we got 7 people in the build. 3 people hit the like button. Other 4 people, are you new here? Let me know if you're new here so I can speak to you. If not, can you just hit the like button? The other 3 people, we don't have the 7 anymore. We have 6, so the other 3 people, can y'all let me know or no? Hi, Krista. Thank you, Krista. I get so many. I thought I would just put in something on the wall to coordinate with my living room. The compliments I get on this picture, I just didn't know. I don't know. I'm glad that y'all like it, though. I like it, too, but I didn't think that much into it. But thank you, Krista. Krista, is it your first time here? I never saw your name before. If it's your first time, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you come back. I might as well do the rundown before everybody comes in or more people comes in. On Mondays, we have the men's room where we ask the men to come in and share their thoughts and opinions about different topics that they can relate to, that we want to understand about. On Tuesdays, the first Tuesday, we ask content creators to come in and drop their link so I can ask my subscribers to support their channel. And the other 3 Tuesdays, we talk about things that we see on our, well, I come in with a topic about things I've seen on my feed, but maybe next time I will do that. I'll just say, let's just open it up. Y'all just drop what y'all been seeing out there lately. I think I will do that. And then on Wednesdays, we do what we're doing today. We're going way back Wednesdays. We just think about different things. We've done toys, we've done snacks, we've done music. Like, we do different things every Wednesday to go back down memory lane and just get in that nostalgia of just how things used to be when we were kids, right? And then on Thursdays, we have game nights every Thursday, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Every Thursday, it's a different game. And sometimes there's cash prizes, so you should come in for that. Fridays, the chat is in charge. They just come in and speak about whatever they want to speak, and that's my day off. That's my day off when I can come on those Fridays, right? And then Saturday, we have healing conversations where we have conversations and talk about hard conversations of things we may have went through our childhood, adulthood, older adulthood, like whenever it is in your life, or if you know someone who's going through something, those are the conversations we have, and it's called Healing Conversations. We have Bible chat on Sundays, 1 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. I don't study. I mean, I don't. It's not a Bible study. I don't teach nothing. I have a desire, so I just open up different topics and different things that I'm having my issue with, and let y'all tell me what scripture says about it, what y'all's opinions are about it, what's y'all perspective, and all those kind of things. And I go with that and kind of like give a deeper thought into what I probably thought before. That's why we do the Bible chat, y'all. So while it's for me, I feel like somebody else can benefit from it too. And then if I can come back later, I do Conversations That Matter on Sunday evening. So thank you for coming over, Krista. Krista said it's beautiful and hi from Alabama. Okay, Alabama. Okay, we have Corey that comes over, and Corey is from Alabama. So good, good. You just subscribed. Thank you, Krista. Thank you, because I am trying to get to 11K. I'm trying to get to 11K, and I'm actually trying to do it before September 1st. The days are winding down. I know I got about 200 more subscribers I have to get before September 1st. And another thing that I do, if y'all are new here, I will sometimes have some random night chats that I'll pop up on, and I have Gamma Grubs where a couple days a week I come on here and I eat, and I have my double oven came in today, the double tabletop oven. We are not only going to be eating during those episodes all the time. Sometimes I'm going to actually cook it while we're sitting talking, and after I cook it, then I'll eat it. So my oven came in today. I was so happy about that. Dang, is this battery about to go down? I was so happy about that. So that's called Gamma Grub. So we have like little conversation through that. It's like a lunchtime vibe, and I stay on for a couple hours. So I know it's going to be something you like. I drop shorts every day. All of the things over here. Okay. Let me see. Okay, nice to meet y'all. Krista said, yeah, hey, Charger, what was I going to tell? You didn't come. You did not come for seeing on the feed yesterday. You had me bringing up the topic. Did you get the replay? We had the topic. I hope you catch the replay if you didn't already. But yes, again, I'm hitting the like button to show you some love now. Still watching the trial. Okay, so you're watching the trial. So Charger, you should be able, if I do, oh, okay, that's only if you get the notification. I was thinking if I do one of my pop-up lives, or I can wait until next Tuesday. We can kind of like follow up with it. But if I do a pop-up live, you can tell me what's going on, because I tried to listen in today. They had somebody on there, but I was only able to listen for like 15 minutes, so I didn't even get like who the person really was. So I am not caught up, Charge it. Let me see, still watching the trial, send your notification to let you know I'm still supporting, even not in the chat. Thank you, Charge it. Positive, hey Positive, hey beautiful Gabba, how are you? I'm doing good, Positive. I am doing good. You know, today we're doing Way Back Wednesday. So we're talking about back in the day, the way church used to be. I don't want to say it used to be. Some churches could be like this, but I think it has kind of like evolved from what it used to be. And so I know we can relate to how church used to be. A lot of people can, of how the Pentecostal churches or the Baptist churches used to be. And so we're going to have some fun talking about those things. We thought about that Sunday. We was having so much fun here Sunday, and people started dropping all the different things and the ways church used to be. And I was like, we doing that for Way Back Wednesday. So that's where we got it from. So yes, thanks for coming in. I grew up in, okay, you grew up in Jehovah's Witness. Okay. I have uncles. I got quite a few uncles who are Jehovah's Witnesses. Yes. Well, then positive, you can sit back and laugh with us and see how it used to be with us. Hey, Tanya, you on your way to church? Are you on your way to church yet? Hey, all praises to the Most High. Get my in chat. Hey, all praises. All praises. Are you up for the conversation about how church used to be? Are y'all up for that? Because I know it's going to be so funny, y'all. Let me see. Positive said, my mom been Baptist, Jehovah's Witness since I was 16. Oh, okay. Since you were 16. Okay, okay. Yes, I have two uncles. Two uncles that are Jehovah's Witness. Three, one of them passed. So yeah, okay. All praise to the Most High. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, we're gonna do one by one. Dang, I'm late. I'm here and literally forgot to listen in. I got 19 minutes. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so I'm just gonna start reading them off. I know y'all gonna remember a lot of stuff too, but I got a list of things that because I want to make sure we didn't miss nothing. So if y'all call it out when I get to it, I'll say, okay, we already covered that. Okay, so let's start with the motherboard. Okay, so if y'all saw the thumbnail, y'all saw Chris, Surrett, and myself sitting on the front pew. Did y'all see our hats? Did y'all look at the thumbnail? Let me see. Should I pull it up on here? I should have brought my other phone. I don't know. What makes me think I don't need 3 phones when I go live? Oh, let me. Hey, girl.
What you doing?
I'm on live right now. I'm on live right now, baby. Me.
Did you cook it?
I'm on live right now, girl.
Okay, my mama asked that.
Okay. Calling here. Talking about am I cooking? Leave me alone. Okay, let me see. Hold on. I want to show y'all the thumbnail. If y'all didn't see it. Y'all see us. Y'all see us. Y'all didn't see the motherboard right there on the front. Y'all see it. That was so funny to me. That was so funny to me. But we're going to talk about the motherboard, y'all, first. Now, y'all know how the motherboard used to be sitting all together on that front pew and a Sunday's best and those big old hats. Y'all remember that. And if y'all had an aunt like I did, y'all know how important it was for one hat to get bigger than last Sunday's and bigger than last Sunday's. Y'all remember that. Y'all got to tell me that y'all remember that. Let me see. Our praises said, I didn't see the thumbnail. Okay, you see it now? Our praises. I know I play too much. Yeah, so man, so yes, I want to talk about that motherboard. Man, all respect. People highly respect the mothers of the motherboard. I don't know. What was the requirement? I never knew what the requirement. Did you just have to be you had to be older? Because it was always the elders of the church. So was it what I should let me ask Google. If Google might know. Let me see. Let me see, because I really do want to know. Let's see here. Back in the day when they had the mother's board in like Pentecostal churches, what was the requirement to be on a mother's board? Was it like age related or something? Let's see what they say, y'all. Let's see what they say. Associate Minister, you back in here? I'm late, mother. And mommy was big into church has yes. And being an usher. Oh, did y'all see the usher in the thumbnail? Hold on. Let me see. I keep putting this thing back up here. I need to just keep it down. On the thumbnail. Now, y'all see the lady with her finger up. She exiting the church. Y'all see those ushers. Y'all know this is how the ushers got down on the side of the pews. Y'all know how they got down with their hats, their gloves, their white. Y'all know how it go. Y'all know how it goes. Let me see. Let me see. Dang, what I do about? Okay, I got it. Dang, I gotta find it again. Man. No, I know where to go. Okay, let me see. Let's see if it was a requirement. Let me see. Our praise said Deep South. They still do it, but they could do it here, and I just don't know. They're the last ones though. She said so they don't like. So what happens? Other people gotta have if you have a motherboard, you can't let the motherboard just. You got to get more mothers, don't you? Okay, let's see. It says, yes, age was often a factor, but there usually wasn't one universal age requirement. It depended on the Pentecostal denomination and sometimes the individual church. Traditionally, the motherboard, sometimes called the mother's ministry or a board of mothers was made up of older, respected women in the congregation who were viewed as having spiritual maturity and life experience. Okay. Okay, so the qualifications was older in age, being considered a mature woman, being longtime member, having a good reputation as and Christian character, being spiritually mature, being married or having raised children. Okay, being respected by the congregation, and demonstrating faithful church attendance and service. Okay, they had a job. Okay, baby, that's why they were serious about that. They had a real job. Okay, I didn't know all of that was going on. I didn't know. I just thought you had to have the suit, the gloves, the hat. Stop me from chewing my gum. I didn't know. Okay, so they have a job to do. They weren't playing with us. Okay, I'm an usher. So this is funny. Sherry, this is going to be so much fun. Okay, so the next one was church mothers with those cardboard fans. Dang, I should have brought... Oh, wait, hold on. I think I got it. Oops. Where you at? Where you at? Now, Granny K gave me this when I first opened my channel. But y'all know it looked like this. Y'all know it looked like this. Don't nothing work like a church fan. You see what? She gave me this one. She gave me two. I have two. Y'all know about these fans. It was never enough. It seemed like it was never enough. Why was the churches so hot? I don't understand why they were so hot. It seemed like they was always hot. So you always need the fan. I don't understand why you just don't turn it up like an hour before church. Then just turn, I don't know. But you needed a fan. And most of the time, you know, the kids never got the fans first. The adults got the fans. So if the fans ran out and you got hot, it's just too bad, so sad. Man, y'all remember these fans. Let me see. I praise the Most High said, yes, you remember the fans? Yes, but y'all know what ad used to always be on the back of them, though. It wouldn't say nothing about his grandma's world on the back. Let me see. Such a minister said the requirements were the mother to be had to be married and the husband had to be a deacon. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's see. It says the church mothers are those cardboard fans with the wooden sticks. Fanning through the entire service. Why did we not have air? Why did we have air? I got questions. My uncle and aunt is no longer here. The church we had, our family church. I want to ask them so bad. What was going on with the air, with the heat in the air? Like what? We were never cold in the winter, just hot all the year long. It seemed like, Lord, that's too funny. Okay, the next one was the fact that the funeral home advertisement was always on the back. Why? I guess the funeral homes was like, listen, this is our connection. You know, when people pass away, where do they have their services at? The church, right? Most of the time back then, it was going to be at the church. Not too many people went straight to the funeral homes, right? So they was smart enough way back then to say, look, it's a direct correlation between these people and needing us one day. We know that everybody gonna need us one day. So their such and such ABC funeral home had a permanent advertisement on those church fans. I want to know, did the church buy those fans? Did they understand that was promotion? Did the funeral homes like just donate them so that they could get their advertisement, or did they charge those churches for them? I want to ask. Now I have a family member who owns a funeral home here. I want to ask her. Do you do that? I want to know if they still do it. Do they even still do it? I don't know. Associate Minister said, we must remember a lot of church buildings went through renovations over the years, and air conditioning wasn't in the original church design. Air conditioning was added after renovations. Yes. Okay. So maybe tell me something. Tell me why I was so hot. Okay. The next one was the ushers dressed in white uniforms and gloves. Now, it seems like I do remember at a time that they could have like a black skirt or a blue skirt, or if they were going to have like a white top and it could have like the matching jacket with the skirt. That was the thing. Was it always all white? I don't know. Jimmy White said, come on now. You know the church had to pay for their fans nowadays. Hey, Jimmy. You said nowadays, but do you think they have to pay for them? They had to pay for them back then? Do you think that? You said now you think that? It seems like, okay, you said for nowadays they have to pay. I would have thought back then they may not have known the power of promotion, and then they would have been buying them thinking that their congregation needs them. Nowadays, I would think that they would give the funeral homes would give it to them because they know the power of promotion now. So you think that they have to pay for them now? Well, Associate Minister said they might not need them nowadays because now, listen, they got the church the air conditioner going in. They might be like me, because I'm gonna put this on the bottom of my phone. I'm gonna stick this right in the bottom of my phone, and it's gonna be going during church. I think people have enough of these wrist fans. I don't think you can catch nobody hot nowadays. That was back then. You be saying back then, not so much, but now it's all about because things have been. I can see that. But I think they got the air in those buildings. Now, I don't think those big old buildings. The thing about it then, we had a lot of storefront churches, right? There was a lot of storefront churches. Nowadays, we have big buildings. The zoning ain't gonna let you sweat nobody out. They're going to say you have to have this kind of heat, this kind of air conditioner running here before you can even be zoned for the building. So it might be a little bit different. It might be a little different now. But back in the day, they would find them a store that was going out of business, get that store, renovate it, put those pews in there, and go ahead and have them some church, right? Let me see. Let's see what else do they have. Oh, they're holding one finger up. Holding that one finger up when you needed to walk out during the service, right? You have a phone call, but we didn't really have phone calls. We didn't have cell phones back then. But if you had to go out the building, like literally, I remember my cousins, them smoke. They smoke. So when they couldn't sit there long enough no more, they all you see was like, or like if it's somebody who needs to leave early or whatever, but y'all know y'all held up that finger. Don't act like y'all did not hold up that finger. Y'all held up a finger to get out of the church. Let me see. Sherry said my pastor said he was going to get a backup usher because every time the spirit hits, I'm unaccountable. Oh, so now you got to get another one. You got to make sure. He got to make sure everybody's covered, right? Okay, I know that's right, Sherry. I guess you say, yep, cover me up because I got to do what I got to do, right? Man, Associate Minister said my late mother and mommy had an all-white usher uniform. Okay, they had all white. The only time the usher's uniform would be different in color would be for a specific annual day. Oh, okay. It had required colors. Okay. Yes, that white was important. I remember having those blouses, them getting those together. I don't know who was usher in our family that I would have known about that because I remember them getting like the gloves together and everything. But I just don't remember who that person was. But yes, I told y'all that my uncle and aunt, my aunt was my dad's sister, and her husband, they both pastor our family church. And so we always had that church to go to all of our life. So yes, they probably played all the parts. You know, back then the pastor didn't just pastor. The pastor was the one that took care of this, took care of that. His wife took care of this. They didn't have all those 50 million departments, but if they had the departments, they didn't have 50 million people to staff it. Those pastors did everything back then. Man, they had a big responsibility. Okay, so what about the ushers walking you all the way to your seat instead of letting you choose what? Oh, now that one, I used to get so mad. Most of it happened when we visited other churches. It's like, I'm used to sitting right here. You start ushering me and it's a seat right there, but people was big on Sundays knowing where people came in and wanted to sit. Like, you learn who's going to be sitting where. Y'all know that y'all had an assigned seat without having an assigned seat. If your favorite, I can never see good. So I was always wanting to be like a third, fourth, kind of like third, fourth. I didn't want to be like the first or the second, but third, fourth. And they will hold those seats for you. Do y'all remember that? They will remember that if you're new to the church, you think you're sitting over there. Girl, you better move somewhere. You know that's Sister Betty's seat. Or if you don't know, you'll learn today. Right? Let me see. Hey, the real Even. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. We're talking about church way back in the day, how it used to be. Tyson, I remember my first church not being able to wear pants. Oh, you wouldn't wear no pants up in there. Nowhere near. Not no gauchos, not no capris, not no nothing. If you ain't got no skirt, and it better be long enough, you ain't coming to no church. What you have to say, I don't have nothing to wear to church. You'll be saying something like that before you think you wear some pants. No. Let me see. Women can only wear dresses and skirts. Yep. That's how it was. All praise to the Most High said, what did I miss? The lightning knocked my power out again. Dang. I'll clean out, she said. We were talking about how church used to be. So far, we went through the motherboard, church mothers with these cardboard fans and this wooden stick. We talked about that. We talked about how the funeral homes advertisement was always on the back. The ushers dressed in white uniforms and those white gloves. And we talked about holding that finger up when you got to go leave out early or leave out for some reason in the church. Holding that finger up in respect to get out of that building if you needed to for whatever reason. And now we're talking about how ushers used to walk you all the way to the seat. And you couldn't sit where you wanted to sometimes because they're trying to seat. I don't know what the seat requirement was. I don't know if they had it by design or whatever, but Lord, they know they was gonna walk you to a seat. Okay, so ushers sometimes making you wait at the door until a prayer or scripture is finished before seating you. Y'all remember that? Do they still do that? Where if the pastor is up speaking or they're in the middle of anything, reading the word, you waiting right in the hallway. Wait. They don't want no traffic, no walking, none of that right now. You wait, and then when they're done, then they'll allow you to go through and sit down. Do they still do that, y'all? Let me see. I praise the Most High. I say, oh yeah. Let me see. Me holding my finger up to go to the bathroom or change a baby diaper. Yep, those was the reasons. Yep, that bathroom or change a diaper. Yep, those are 2 more reasons. Let me see. Associate Minister said ushers did that because certain church denominations have specific areas for the deacons and the motherboard in a sanctuary. Oh, okay. Okay, that's why. Listen, I didn't know why. I just thought, oh, why are they always so serious about me just sitting somewhere? What's the problem? Let me see. Jimmy said, what about where the elder mothers or deacons that passed got their nameplate on the pew that they sat in? Yes. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Yes, they didn't keep them there for a long time, but they showed respect after they passed. So I do remember that. Let me see. Before it was 3 plates. Associate Minister said, now sometimes you only have 3 plates. It used to be 24. They do round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4. I remember that. I didn't know as a child or younger, like why they had to be like that. I did know they was coming back around. But at our church, it was because, like I said, my aunt and uncle, they did everything. They were them and their kids was the entire staff basically for the church just about. And so they had to meet a certain quota to keep the lights on and do all the stuff. They had just built this building after being in a storefront and at the YMCA all these years. So they built the building. So they had to have enough to keep the church running. And most of the time they spent their own money. I never understood how they work. I know that churches are supposed to be able to be taken care of through the congregation, but they literally kept their church going basically from their own money most of the time. I didn't know that could even happen, but they're the first people I know. But they did, well, they would let them know for the building fund or what, all the different funds now, Realize even, it was a lot of fun. So they had to do it for this fund, then that fund, then that fund. So it's like all these different funds. So that was the thing. It'll be an offering plate, building fund plate. Y'all know all the different funds. Y'all remember those funds. Let me see, Associate Minister said churches will hold a person outside in the vestibule so that way corporate prayer won't be interrupted by foot traffic. Yes, Jimmy said, remember the right hand of fellowship for new believers. I bet it. Wait, the right hand for fellowship for new believers. Oh, like when at the end when you go to the altar, you mean, Jimmy? Tell me if you're talking about when they say if you come to the altar. Let me know if you're talking about that. Let me know. Okay, so the wooden pew. Everybody had wooden pews. Like they wouldn't. I don't think any were made out of plastic or fiber. No other kind of material. They all had wooden pews. Wherever you went, that's where we're gonna go. Unless this was a church that was kind of like having a building fund or something like that. Then they'll bring out like rows of chairs. That was not often back in the day. They had those pews. Those pews lasted forever and years and decades and decades. When they got real old, then they start to do that old wooden creak when you sat down. But they had to be real old for that. So yes. Okay, let me see. We got all the deacons sitting together in a designated area. That I think Social Minister just mentioned that. Let me see. Deacons opening the service with prayer. Y'all remember that? They would be the ones open up with prayer. Sometimes that prayer turned into a whole sermon. Lord, because the time, I think it probably started at 10 o'clock in the morning. I know we didn't make it home till like 2 o'clock. Those, they used to, but y'all know I'm into the music. So our music at our church, most of my family plays an instrument or they sing. So it was almost like getting a concert every week. Like they were going to sing for like the first hour and a half. And then for the word, we'll be there like for another about 2.5 hours. That's how it worked. At our church, that's how it worked. The real Oz even said, right, churches can get private. They can do private or a government grant. Oh, they can get private or government grants now for community outreach and preservation. That's good because I it was hard for me to watch. I just couldn't understand how that was going. I was like, I thought if it's a congregation that the congregation was supposed, but I was so young I didn't question it. But I just remember them always trying to go in their pocket so that they can reach, what the goal was that they needed to keep everything going. They really did do that it seemed like every Sunday. I was like, man, is it that hard to keep a church going? Let me see the real eyes. They even said, I miss my childhood though. It was lovely. Yes, it was just such a good time. Jimmy said, did y'all have the picture of the black Jesus anywhere in the church? Yes, where was it? Man, it wasn't in the congregation because when they built it, they had something painted on there. Church of God in Christ. What was it? Yeah, Church of God in Christ, the true way of holiness was the words that was always for the little, what you call it? Not the logo, but I can't think of the word right now. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh, that's gonna bother me. Okay, slogan. That was a little slogan. So, I can't remember where it was somewhere. I just don't remember where it was. We did have one. We definitely had one. We had one. I think did y'all drop in the chat if y'all have one at y'all church? I know I did. It was behind the choir stand. Was ours behind the choir stand? Could have been because that slogan was right in the middle. So I don't know. It could have been. It had to be somewhere around it, like that way for me to remember that it was there. Where else could it have been? Because the windows was on the other side. Yeah, it could have been. Let me see. Social Minister said he's talking about the right hand of fellowship, the handshake. Oh, okay. I do remember gifts from the motherboard. Yeah, deacon and clergy of the church. Yes, to welcome a member into the church. Yes, when you go through that long line. Yes, I remember that, Jimmy. I remember. About praise to the Most High said not a one. Okay. What was the next one? The devotion service before the main worship service. Y'all know where you say, I love the Lord. He heard my cry. We have to go through all of those hymns first, all the devotion, all of all of that different kind of prayer first before the main service. So if the devotion lasts an hour, that means it just lasts an hour. That means we ain't get started with church yet. You ain't late yet. You ain't quite late. It was so many parts. But it was good to be there though. But it just seemed like it lasts so long. That's why we was talking about on a previous live. Everybody said how hungry they was afterwards because you would be there so long. It was never time to get no breakfast in the morning. You had to run. We was always rushing to get there on time. You stay there for 4 or 5 hours. You starve until like 1, 2 o'clock in the daytime. That was just the rule. You knew you had to do that. Man, let me see. So after the devotion service, before the main service, okay, who remembers? Okay, I'm gonna let y'all say this. So in testimony service, y'all know testimony service. When it's time to give your testimony, what's the first thing that people say when they stand up? I know y'all know it. And praise the Most High, I say, yep. What's the first thing? You get ready to stand up and give your testimony. What you gonna say first? Because I know y'all know. I ain't gonna tell y'all because I know y'all know. Y'all probably typing because it's gonna take y'all a minute to put that. What is that? Like a sentence and a half. Well, probably the same sentence, but a lot of words. What is gonna be? I'm giving y'all a minute. Oh, I didn't bring me no water in here. What's gonna be the first thing that you're gonna say before you give your testimony? Because it's gonna be testimony service. 1, 2, 3, 4 people. Everybody knew to get up, and we were always wanting to spread the good news about what happened to us in that week or what we were going through, what blessing we had. Let me see if Jimmy do it. Giving honor to God, who is the head of my life. Exactly. I know he meant life. Yes, that's exactly. You better not get up before everybody is going to say, before they start saying anything about a blessing, they're going to acknowledge where they got it from. So they're going to give the honor first. And then they're going to say who is the head of my life. Now let me proceed. Y'all knew. I knew somebody do that. Yes. Okay. So let me see. Okay. Okay. Somebody's testimony is going to always going. What? Now y'all know we had some testimonies that'll be really quick. I just want to, give honor to God. This is going to happen and whatever. Then they done. They sit down. But you're going to have that one person. That testimony is going, this is the one that was at our church was named Annie. Annie was going to make that testimony every Sunday. It was going to last at least 30 minutes. She was going to get into the spirit. She was going to have to shout. Before that testimony, she had to do all the thing every Sunday. But that's not that funny. This is the funny part that my father was there one Sunday, right? And the same person, Annie, and she not living no more. God bless her soul. She used to always do the same run around the church, the same route every time. The same. She do the testimony, whatever. Go through the same ritual, right? This time she ran, y'all, and hit her head on the corner of the pew, and it kind of like almost knocked her out. My daddy is so raw. He has never been able to, because he used to get so mad that she did that every time. He used to be like, she just do this every time. She hit her head on that pew, and my father, for years to come, if you mention Eddie and what happened that Sunday, he would just be cracking. Oh, man. Eddie was serious. She was going to do her ritual. She did not care what the thing was. That's what she needed to be there for. She was going to do it. So, yes, let me see. Jimmy said, testimony so long, preacher didn't need to give a sermon. Right, exactly. Exactly. Yes, all praise to the Most High. Woo. But some people would just get up, and say whatever, everybody, everybody wanted to hear those praise reports from people, y'all. We always wanted to hear that if things are not going good in our life, and even if they are, we still respect and wanted to hear that other people had good things going on in their life too. So I love that we had those testimony services. Okay, so somebody, we got that. Okay, so, Wednesday night. Did y'all have Wednesday night Bible studies? I don't remember what our Bible studies was. I didn't have to always go. Now, my aunt, with her kids, she had 10 kids, 9 kids. One passed away. They always had to go. They always had to go most of the time. I'll say most of the time they had to go. So I didn't have to go because I was always riding with my aunt. So I didn't have to go. But I remember them always saying, we don't want to go to church. We don't want, because they had to do. They were pastors. And if you pastors' children, you got to go this day, this day, this day. Back then it was church service in the morning and you got to come back in the evening. It was a lot. So they had a lot. So yes. Let me see. Social Minister says, Grandma's where I perform my part. The Sunday morning devotion if one of our 3 deacons aren't available for service. In most churches, a deacon and a minister are 2 different people. Okay. Yeah, minister and deacon, yes. Remember Viking? Yes, I used to love that. I was so, I don't think my granny, but I think it was for the snacks. They had really, really good snacks for the vacation Bible school, but we always had like fun stuff to do. And then there was always, even if it wasn't at your church, they had like your neighborhood churches had them too. So you can like always go to a neighborhood church and they had like fun stuff to do. I like the vacation Bible school. Let me see. New Bethel Church Outreach Ministry has a small deacon and clergy staff. Okay. Got the staff going on. Okay. Let me see here. The revivals. Now, Sherry said she had a revival tonight. Sherry said she was invited to a revival tonight. The week-long revivals where you went to church night after night after. Them revivals used to be like, some of them, Lexi, some of them lasted like some of them lasted like 2 weeks sometimes. It would be so long. You have to go Monday night, Tuesday night. And when it was time for revival, it was like no saying I can't make it to no revival tonight. You go into every night of that revival. But they used to be hyped though. They used to be hyped. I used to like going to them because it was like a different vibe. It was like a new, I don't know, like a rejuvenated spirit and stuff that used to be going around there. But I used to like the revivals. Let me see. Okay, so we got the revivals. Visited another church for the church anniversaries or all the special programs. You expect for all the churches to come in when y'all have y'all special programs. Then y'all are invited to the next church. Then remember sometimes you have to get a bus because back then the surrounding places, like I'm in Wisconsin, so like Chicago might want you there. Illinois might want you. I mean, not Illinois. St. Louis might want you there. So we used to do all that traveling, getting in cars, traveling to get to the next church to support them, y'all. Is that something how all that has turned into just, I don't know if people still do that or do we just virtually just turn it on? I don't know. Let me see. All praise said, Jimmy, yes, my favorite was a junior teacher. Okay. Let me see. What about watch media for, yes, yep. When for New Year's, yep, you coming in, getting closed up. Everybody going to be in there. Yes. Man, Jimmy. Oh, okay, let me see. We had the Friday night service. Friday night service or revival. Yep, I remember the Friday night service. We had that. Let me see. Visited another church. We got that. The pastor have an anniversary celebration every year. Remember the pastor anniversaries? Y'all remember those? Where everybody chip in, try to get the pastor something nice. He get dressed to the gods. Everybody have their color to wear. They have a good old time for the pastor. I remember the pastor anniversaries. My uncle so well deserved his anniversaries. He worked so hard for that church. And he did so many things in the church. You know, he just took it upon himself. He wasn't one of those kind of people that was going to ask somebody to do nothing. He played so many of the parts. He was just, I don't know, just sweet. Just sweet that he really did do just about everything. So he deserved his anniversaries. Let me see. Our praise said, brought my own snacks and made my Kool-Aid for my classes. Did you? Did you? Okay. Our praise said she brought her own snacks there. We still have watch meetings. Okay. Associate minister said they still have those at his church. Okay, and the choir anniversary. Oh my God, I used to love the choir anniversaries because they invite all the choir, like the choir of the church may get up and sing a song, but they sit back and all the choirs from all over would come and sing the songs. And, oh, man, they used to be doing, they would bring, you know, on those choir anniversaries, they bring their best songs. And that church used to be jumping. That was just the best. I love me some singing, y'all. I sing music, especially gospel music, is a ministry to me because I internalize and I really take in the word. So it really is like ministry to me alone. So I used to love those, choirs coming in. They had the top singers coming in. It used to be a good time. A good time. So many memories, right, Jimmy? Okay, let me see. What's another thing? Oh, the choir marching into the sanctuary together before singing. I don't know why. When I pulled up my videos, oh, maybe I didn't get to that part. Y'all know I got to go to the part now, y'all. I should have a video. I think I put it on my page before. Oops. I think I put it on my page before. To show y'all, listen, how the marching in the church used to get down. Let me see. Jimmy said, Men's Day. Yes, Men's Day was really nice too. I used to love it. Even back then, I used to love how they used to, you know, acknowledge the men of the church like that because y'all deserved it. The men used to take a lot of responsibility of the church back then. Let me see. Katie said, hey, Katie. Katie said, you said, wait a minute. Katie said choir anniversary, pastor anniversary, church anniversary, you name it. Yes, they go get all the anniversaries out. Yes, let me see. Let's see here. Girl, these Deep South pastors still do pastor anniversaries. They want nothing less than $10. 10 grand, not $10. 10 grand, girl. Okay. Okay. A lot of choirs march in the sanctuary for choir day. Okay, let me see. I'm trying to get it for y'all. Dang. I should have favored it. Okay, I know they're not far. Because we got them yesterday. I mean, not yesterday, but last time. Sunday when I was showing y'all. And I think I have a video. Oh, let me see. I think I might have it. Let me see. Oh, where's them marching in, though? Let me see if I got them. Are they already in the... Oh, man, y'all. What happened to my video of them marching? Here's one of the mothers of the church. That's one of the mothers of the church. Are all white. Y'all know. Yeah, I think she lived to be 90-something years old. But she made it to that revival. Man, I'm so mad. If I don't have that of them marching in the church, y'all. Because I had that video. I don't have it. I do not have that video. Yeah, okay. So remember I told y'all we had the sign that said True Faith, the Way of Holiness, all the way in the back of the church. There it is. Back there, they had that made back there. But I don't know, I guess we don't have it. Man, y'all, I want to show y'all. That sucks. I wonder what happened to my video. Okay, let me see. Let me see. I'm from Canton, Mississippi. We had the Canton Spirituals quarter group. Okay, that was the name of our group. My family was the Campbell sisters, the Campbell brothers, and then a couple of the brothers had their separate groups. So we had a lot of groups within our family, but well, I guess all the groups was my family because my aunt had 10 kids. So they kind of like took care of the singing, like my cousins and all of that stuff like that. So yeah, so y'all was the Canton Spiritual Quarter Group. Okay. Let me see. I'm in the Midwest. These churches still do all the anniversaries. Really? Hey, classy lady. Good evening, Gamma Miles in chat. They still do the anniversaries. Okay, well, we know about the cancer. Okay, so associate minister say you know about those. Okay, what is the name of? Dang, I bet you. The family member I told y'all that had the funeral home. Dang, what is the name of those brothers? The start with an L. And they were pretty well known too. Let me see. Let me get back to the thingies, y'all. Okay, let me see. Classy lady said, I remember do you remember what? Okay. So y'all remember, look at that, Jimmy. They remember now your name. Because those names of those groups used to ring. Them men was singing. Them men was singing. They probably didn't have no production company and all that kind of stuff. A lot of them made albums and all that. Katie said, yeah, I heard. Look at that. Jimmy, do you see that? Man, how cool is that, y'all? Okay, so let me see. What was the next thing I had on my list? Choir robes and matching colors. It was a big thing. I would never in the choir, y'all. Y'all know I can't. Y'all know I will sing, but I can't sing. I just will sing because my aunt always told me, sing anyhow. She didn't care. She knew that I couldn't sing. All her kids could sing. And she knew that me and my sister it wasn't passed down to us. So she used to say, sing anyhow. She didn't care. And I used to sing anyhow. But when they used to have, when it's the choir anniversary time, y'all, that was the biggest deal, getting those choir robes. Everybody used to look so nice. Man, yes, I remember. Y'all remember the choir robes. Y'all remember that. Let me see. They were Grammy nominated. Okay. The Canton Spirituals. Okay, classy lady said they still have annual days where they march in. Yes. My mom used to be the president of the usher board. Okay. Did you see the thumbnail, classy lady? Did you see the thumbnail where I did it's me, Chris, and Saret sitting on the front pew as the motherboard, and then I had the ushers in white with the white gloves, and a lady tipping out of the church with her finger up. Y'all make sure y'all look at my thumbnail now. Y'all make sure. Let me see. A social minister said we have an annual church business meeting where we set the date for all of our annual days. Okay, y'all getting it. Y'all sit down and have your actual meetings now. Okay. Yeah, we had a lot to look forward to. It was always something coming up in the church. It was never boring. Let me see. The choir director getting so into the director that the director became a part of the show. Yes, when you have those direct. Now our director wasn't as animated, but we do have some churches that we used to visit. And them by the time those directors finished, they be out there in the congregation running around. They can get animated. You get the right choir director, they are going to put on the show. That's for sure. Let me see. I sang in the choir once for Women's Day. Did you, Katie? Oh, man, I wish I could sing. Y'all are lucky for that. Let me see. Classy lady said, yes, listen to them. I listen to them when I listen to my gospel during the week and the weekends. Jimmy, do you hear that? That is so cool. Let me see. All praise to the Most High. Me either, but I was still in the choir. She said I could sing it, but I was still in the choir. Can't hit not one note, but the Most High felt me. Exactly. Man, I couldn't get stand next to my cousins though. Like that would have threw everything off. That would have threw everything off. I wouldn't even did nothing like that. If I would have went up there, I would have just lip sang. I would have just lip sang because that wouldn't have been right. Let me see. Katie said, did y'all wear a white or red flower on Mother's Day? Yes, depending on if your mom was still living. Yes, you got all the little flowers, and then they pinned all the flowers on the mothers, all of the things. Yes, I remember those Mother's Day programs. Dang, Jimmy said, remember Shirley Caesar? I remember Mama in a Happy Way. Yes. I love Shirley. My dad's favorite gospel singer was Shirley Caesar. He loved him some Shirley Caesar. Yes, I know Shirley Caesar. We was listening to her No Charge. Sunday we was listening to it when we had Bible chat. We was listening to it. I gotta still edit out all my music because we went crazy last Sunday. I was supposed to play a song. That song ended up being probably 15 different songs. It started being a whole musical over here. But we was having some fun Sunday. That's why we having this topic today, because everybody start memorizing how church used to be back in the days. We was having a good time. Okay, so What about the musician knowing exactly where the preacher was about to get going and start that organ underneath the sermon? Y'all, how do they know how to do that? Now, my cousin was the organ player. He's the keyboard. That's the one I let y'all see on the Sunday chat where he was singing I'm a Believer. They knew right on key when that pastor needed that zoom, zoom, like whatever, or all the little ad libs that they would do. How do they know to do that? I think they just feel it. And if they know the pastor enough, they just do it. Now, this is what's changed. Like in my family, I told y'all we had our family church. Her kids played the drums, the keyboard, the bass, the guitar, sung in the choir. Like a lot of the family, our family did all of the things, right? So my cousin was the organ player there, right? And if he didn't, well, he was always there. Now drummers could go like between like 3 different people, you know, they'll pick Sundays. But nowadays, over the last, I will say maybe like 15 years, my cousin that plays the bass guitar and my cousin that does the keyboard. How about there's a church that he's not a member of the church, but they pay him as a music artist just to come in on Sundays just to play music for him. And then sometimes he has like 2 or 3 churches that he does that for. I was like, so they don't have their own person. They literally branch out to people who come in and play music for them. Now that's different. Do y'all know about that going on back in the day? Because I never knew that went on back in the day. The Williams Brothers, yes, my father listen. Williams Brothers, old school gospel group, the 5 Blind Boys. My father loved the Williams Brothers. When my father was on his deathbed, when, you know, days before he was taking his last, my father loved music. My father did an album. He played with B.B. King before too. And so my father, I think I did a video of my father playing the organ, showing my son how to play the organ. So my father always had a keyboard or organ. He knew how to play the guitar. On the front page of his obituary, we had him holding his guitar. My dad loved music. Our family loves music, okay? We are a very musical family. So my father loves music. So I knew when he was laying there, it was so many days he'd be laying there, and I would put those Williams Brothers on, and he would put a smile on his face. Like, I knew exactly what to play for him to hear at that time. And he would just always, sometimes he would just like start bobbing his head, like letting me know, like, yes, play that music. So yes, Caddy, Williams Brothers, I love the Williams Brothers for that. Let me see, Jimmy said, Caddy, 1975, the Jackson Southerners. Yes, I remember all the greats. Okay, Classy Lady said they get paid big money for playing for different churches. Yes, but did they do that back in the day? Classy Lady, when they was telling me, oh, I gotta be, if we have a family gathering, they'd be like, well, okay, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta go play for a church in whatever, like a city over or something. I'm like, y'all just go to the cities and just go to the church even though y'all not members. And he's like, no, I just go there on the Sundays. He might play for the early service or both of the services. He is like literally just having a musical gig. I was like, what? Katie said, yes, Jimmy. Social Minister said, I have an electric old school gospel playlist on my YouTube channel of different gospel groups and churches performing spiritually and biblically sound gospel songs. Okay, yes, gospel music do something to my spirit, y'all. Like, literally, I have to be in the mood to cry because most of the time, 99% of the time, that if I listen to it, I'm going to cry. It's very emotional for me. Like, for my cousins, when they used to sing, like, any solos, every Sunday I would be crying because all my emotion come from gospel music. It makes me really emotional. So, yes, because I just be hitting, those words just be hitting. Okay, so let's go to the next thing. The next thing is the preacher going from talking to rhythmic preaching, y'all, to the full-on whooping. Y'all know when he starts saying y'all know that's what they said. That's what they said, y'all. That it'll start off talking, then it'll be like this rhythmic, you know, the thing that he do, or the word, you know how they do that. And they say whooping, so you know what I mean, Y'all know that the whooping mean, Y'all already know that. Y'all know how it go. Did y'all have that at y'all church with y'all preachers? Y'all know it's a thing. I think it's what they universally feel within the word. That's what I think. Let me see. I have my Pandora loaded. Classy Lady said, okay. All praise to the Most High said, I don't think they did it for money back then, but they did love offering. Yes, they did. It wasn't like you had a stranger come in there. It was a member of the church most of the time, and it wasn't like they was just like getting paid to do it. that I know of. And then periodically they would have a special offering for them, and then they would give them something. And I used to love it because music is my biggest thing while I was there. So I used to love being able to give to my cousins for those offerings, for like if it was for the keyboard, or sometimes they did them all together, all the musicians of the church. So yes, man, let me see. Katie said Clark Sisters. Yes, I love the Clark Sisters. Let me see. You and da-dum, da-dum, dum. Da, 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 da. Yes. Jimmy said, which pastor you feel nowadays gives the good old school church feelings? Gino Jennings. Oh, I don't really follow none that give the good old school like I'm used to. Not like the kind like I'm used to. Katie said, I hate when they get the she said, I hate when they get the open. That ain't my favorite part either. That ain't my favorite. That's probably why I connect more with the music, because that's where I get lost. But a lot of people love, that's when they really get into it. That's when they get, but you know, people get things out of different things. Good thing they got a lot of things for people to get. So when it gets to that, that's where I'm like, okay, now I'm pretty much done, because I don't know, I don't prefer that, but I know a lot of people love that. That's when they looking like, now you started some church. So I know that too. Christ Lady said, you can tell when he's really getting ready to bring a sermon to a close. Yes, you can tell. It's like almost a switch. It's like a switch. Hey, Saran said, hey, get my chat. Hey, ready? Social Minister said, we must remember when a preacher or minister starts to hoop, he or she doesn't know exactly what to say. You think that's why? A social minister, but they be having, sometimes they had a paper right there and they still do it. Let me see. Tanya. I ain't got my chat. Wait, which Tanya is this? Is this Tanya Godwin? Wait. Tanya, did you change your name? Because you remember. Yes, you. Okay, I'm looking like, wait a minute. Okay, you changed your name. Hey, Tanya, thanks for coming in. Jimmy said, ain't nothing wrong with a little rare and Terry. It ain't nothing wrong with it. Just that's where I get lost at. Like a lot of people, like Tanya always say, Beautifully Hill, she always say the music is not for, I think Ambrielle says the music is not for her. Like she don't have to hear the music. So a lot of people don't like the music. I'm there for the music. Like, ain't no me getting to church late because I have to hear the music. If I'm going to go, I got to hear the music. So people get different things out of it. So a lot of people love it because the church get riled up when it happens. The whole church start getting riled up. That's where you lose me, because I don't be understanding being so loud. And I don't know. I don't know. That ain't the part that is for me, I guess. Katie said, I think they know what they said. Yeah, I think they be knowing, because they look like they on a you know, they still talking about some stuff that matter or whatever. It's just that it's like when they feel into something or something. It seems like it's like a feeling. I'm thinking, I don't know. Okay, so the next one, Katie said, I know the music. The music could last all church long for me. In my church, like I said, we come from a musical family. The musical was started, you know, like with the people who stand up in front of the church for the devotion. Then the choir would sing. Then they would have like the announcements, this and that. Then they sing again. So we did a lot of singing. It was like, do this, sing, do this, sing, do this, sing. So we had a lot of singing up in our church. So that's maybe that's why I like the music, because that's the way I grew up. That's the way the programs was. I love the music. Then going into the sermon, yes, I be ready. Like the music gets me prepared for the sermon. Like by the time I finish feeling all I feel with the music, the sermon is what brings me in. Okay, so I don't know. Let me see. The next thing was the congregation answering the preacher. Amen. Yes, Lord. Preach. Yes, y'all know you got to be in there. You got to be your preacher's biggest hype person. You got to be. I think that they get that. They know that you're listening. They know that you feel it. So yes, when he says something, you're going to be like, amen, right? Or you're going to be, yes, Lord. You better preach. Now you preaching. You know, you be in there, you be the hype person. They try to give you the word. You got to give them something back. Let me see this Gabos where I told the musicians of our church, don't play any music when I give a sermon. I want the great Lord Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit's word to stand on its own. Okay, social minister said, y'all hold off on mine. I don't want y'all like, I'm trying to be straightforward and come clear about what I have to say. Jimmy said, Donnie McClurkin, yes. Donald Lawrence, yes. Tony brought a different way to gospel music, but it was good. Also, yes, Sunday we was playing them on here too for a Bible chat. We play Donnie McClurkin. Do we play Donnie McClurkin? I think Donnie McClurkin was the week before. And Donald Lawrence. I don't think it was this Sunday. I think it was last Sunday we was playing that. Katie said he gonna say, y'all don't hear me, right? He don't hear you saying that. That means y'all don't hear me. So you gotta let him know we out here. We hear what you're saying. Hey, Darius. Darius said, what up, y'all? Trying to hear what the convo is. Darius, you know Sunday how we start talking about. You know we had a good time Sunday. Remember I said I was gonna bring way back Wednesday for all the different things. Darius, you gotta catch the first part. We already talked about a lot of the. We went through half the list already, talking about all of the things that we remember from back in the day from church. You remember we said we was gonna talk about this. So, okay, then while we amen in the congregation or whatever, somebody is always gonna say, take your time, Pastor. Like if he started getting too good, he gotta slow down. You tell him, hold on, take your time. Okay? So somebody was you have to be the pastor's biggest hype person, right? Somebody shouting, help him, Holy Ghost. Help him, Holy Ghost, right? That's some of the things that you hear people saying. Another thing they have, catching the Holy Ghost and dancing or shouting in the aisle. Y'all know you got to go where it's safe. You know you can't be stuck behind it. Most of the time, I don't know, some people will hold on to the pew in front of them. But for the most part, they got to get out. They got to get out. I have one aunt. I didn't show y'all her picture and the pictures that I had of our last 25-year anniversary thing that we had. But the way that I used to be like, now, when I was growing up, I used to be like, if I ever don't want to do it just like that, the way she used to make them feet move, her name is Dorothy, it's my aunt Dorothy. The way she used to be so, I don't know, I'm like, you just had to dance real good when you was younger or something. Her shout, we always used to say she got the best shout. Did y'all used to judge people? As a kid, not as an adult. As a kid, we used to be looking around and my cousin Nita like, oh, she got the best shout. She got the best shout. Like, she looked so cute when she shout. It was so crazy how we used to be judging the shout, y'all. I can't believe I got to call my Nita and say, why was we judging shouts? Why was we trying to see who was so cute doing their shout? That is crazy. Hey, James, how you doing? I'm doing good. You remember that, James? Yes. Let me see. And I'd be like, oh, Lord. What he say? Take your time. She said, she be like, oh, Lord. Darius said, I was a kid taking chairs off the dinner tables. Okay, when it was time to eat. Okay, Darius. Praise to the Most High said 100, Katie. Yes. Okay, let me see. What about somebody's hat, wig, or shoe, or all three being in danger once the shout has started? Like, I done seen heels broke. They used to break them heels all the time. Okay, the wigs, I ain't never seen no wig come off, but I seen some wigs shift. You know, they did some shifting. Because, you throw in your head and all of that. And, back then they used bobby pins. So if you didn't pin that thing down good enough, the wig was going to come off. The wigs was going to fly. They was going to fly. It was going to be some stuff. And, like what happens when it happens? When they, they said, oh, yeah. Okay, so this is the next thing about the shouting. Y'all let me know. I'm going to see. I know y'all know this. So if somebody is shouting, what happens? Who in the church, what job is it of theirs to do what when they start shouting? Not just shouting, but shouting. Y'all tell me the job of the, some of the members, not the members of the church will help out too. But what's the job of the ushers? I know y'all know that. Congregation usually say, I let them use you when somebody's up there and can't see. Katie said if they're there seeing, they can't see. Somebody want to encourage them saying, let them use you. Let them use you. Katie, let me see. Social Ministry says, Gabby's World is talking about the Amen Quarter of the Baptist and Pentecostal Church. That will be members of the congregation, the deacon board, and the mother board urging the speaker on. Absolutely. James Brown said, I'm a retired drummer. Okay, I used to hear that, and I play drums when they start shouting. Yes, oh yeah, you got to keep going in. When somebody is shouting, okay, that could be, ain't no shouting in silence. That keyboard got to get ready, but doom. Y'all know what it is. You already know what it is. Don't act like y'all don't know the tune. Get on the keyboard, get to that, whatever that thing is, that low bar over there, and then you might have to do that too. You might have to go across their keyboard, okay? Like my daddy used to do that all the time. Go through that keyboard through the whole thing, and the drums be popping. Listen, if you weren't shouting before, by the time they finish getting you hyped up, you're gonna be shouting now. Let me see. All praise to the Most High. Say, yep, the wigs, yes. Usher, what they do? Hover around you. Everybody look like, okay, this might show little patties or something like that. We're going to go on and go, everybody surround them. Surround them because we don't know what's going, how they going to fall. We're going to be here. And they're going to get that blanket. And they go, you know, you hit the floor. They got you. They got you. They're going to make sure you're good, right? Y'all know how it go. Y'all know how it go. Surrounding the people while they shout to make sure that they didn't hurt themselves too. Like when I told y'all Annie hit her head on that altar, what do you call it? The start with a P. Y'all know where the preacher stand up at my mind gone blank. She hit her with her when she hit her head on that. You see what happened. Let me see. Hi, Darius's message. Darius said Usher's handle. Y'all man, that's good. Yeah. Oh, the Ushers did not play. Usher with no such thing as no nice ushers. No, all the ushers. Your kids coming there acting a fool. If you don't got them, the ushers do. What you was scared of was the ushers. Okay. My aunt might come and we making too much noise. She might look at me. You know how they give you the look. She'll look over there from the pulpit, and then we'd be like, we do. But then we'll still try, once she get distracted, because she still got to worry about the word, we'll still start talking. That usher come tapping you on your shoulder. Oh, that was always mean ones. We'd be looking like, them ushers did not play. What you are going to do is shut your mouth and listen to this word. They ain't play with us. Let me see. Usher placed the blanket. Yeah, I didn't no way back then there was so many Kenny sister about Darius. I'm apostolic. Yes, I was apostolic before for a while. Most of my teenage years I was apostolic. I was my aunt's church had closed down. I went to another church, a really big church here in Milwaukee, and I was apostolic. Yep, I remember being that. Yep. Classy Lady said ushers and deacons. My mom used to have to sit on some of their laps to hold their arms. Yes, you almost have to like wrestle some of them because I don't know. The praise break, yes, the praise break can last. That bad boy can last a good 30, 40. Let too many people get started. Like if it's one or two, you know, they'll let them. Then they'll start the music. Kind of start without them. They'll start breathing. They'll come down. But if it's too many of them, oh, the pastor like let it flow, let it go. Y'all know how it is. Let me see. They used to make me laugh. James said, "Hey, Yo-Yo, that girl." Y'all make sure while we're talking about how things were back in the church, y'all visit Yo-Yo's channel because she got a very spiritual, inspirational channel. I love her channel for that. So y'all make sure y'all go over there and check that out. Let me see. Katie said, Pastor steady talking. I gotta go, and I'm still preaching. Yeah, if it go too long, like. Okay, maybe not probably a preacher, but then when they start the thing, we're asking people if they want to give their life to the Lord, that kind of thing. Because by then it'll be into like 4 hours, 3-4 hours by then. I'm just tired. It took a lot for me to like stay there for the entire time. I ain't gonna lie. The pulpit, yeah, pulpit. Thank you, social minister. The pulpit, no, not the pulpit, but the thing they stand at, the podium, the podium. That's where she hit her head. The podium. Let me see. Katie said there was nothing but wigs back then. It wasn't nothing. I don't remember. Okay, no. The one, Dorothy that had the cute shout, she used to wear her hair a lot. I remember she used to wear her hair a lot. But for the most, 99% of the church, it was just wigs. And it wasn't even like no lace fronts or nothing like that. They were very stiff. Most of them were short. Most of them would be short. Sometimes more sassier mothers would give like some wavy or something like that. But short wigs, most of them was going to be gray. But they had black ones too. But you had a lot of gray wigs. Y'all know how the wigs got down. The wigs did not play back in the day. Let me see. Drummers was good, but them drummers did not play. My family, I was the drummers. My cousin, my aunt that I'm telling y'all that had all the kids, like 4 of her kids, maybe 5 of her kids played the drums. I think it was 3 boys that played. Well, did all the boys play? Well, no. I think it was like 4 boys played because she had 6 kids, 9 alive. So I think 4 boys played the drums and a girl played the drums. Maybe about 3 of them did the keyboard. I think it was 3 boys did the keyboard. And my cousin that did the drums, she did the keyboard too. 3, because my other cousin, the sister, they both did the drums and the keyboard wouldn't need it. They didn't just do it all the time. But if somebody didn't show up that need to be on the drums, they go right up there. Them drummers was not playing back then. None of the music, the keyboard, nobody was playing. You had the keyboard in there, you had the piano at the same time, you had the bass guitar. It was a whole production up in there. They did not play no games. Yo-Yo said, would a pastor say, look at your neighbor. Lord, they go say, look at your neighbor now. They go say, look at your neighbor. So you better be sitting by somebody you want to look at because they're going to tell you what you about to tell them. Look at your neighbor and tell them to hype Gabba's video. That's what he gonna tell them. Let me see. Kuka Baby said, hi, Kuka Baby. Thanks for coming in. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you come back, okay? Katie said, anybody in here, Church of God in Christ? She said, they scare me when they get the Holy Ghost. Yes, the church that I'm telling you about was Church of God in Christ. That's why Addie was hitting her head on the podium and all that kind of stuff. That's why the ushers was standing around ready to cover them up because what they was going to do was rip and run around that church. She said it used to scare her. They be running, falling out, laying on. Yes. Absolutely. That's how it go. Yo-Yo said, we shut in the church and pray from sun up to sundown. I was so happy when we was released. Yes. You talking about like when they had like the shut-ins for like New Year's and stuff, Yo-Yo? Tell me. Let me see. What was another thing? Church mothers and ushers are surrounded. We talked about that. Somebody coming behind them with a sheet or a cloth to cover their legs. Yep, if they fell. The pastor said, I'm getting ready to close, and everybody knowing the church was nowhere near over. How long did y'all closes last? When the pastor told y'all he's about to close out, how much longer did y'all have? Y'all tell me. Let me know. How much longer did y'all have once he announced I'm about to close? Y'all tell me. Social Medicine says, Grandma's World is talking about the invitation to discipleship or opening the doors of the church. The invitation to discipleship is asking a person if they want to be baptized. Yes. Yes. New Year's Eve. Yep. New Year's Eve. They shut the door. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. Okay. So Rest said 20, 30 minutes. 30 minutes at least, Caddy. At least 30 minutes. You know we ain't get ready to get out of here. You know. Then if somebody want to be there longer, they start shouting, we definitely not going nowhere. Those my cousins that used to be on a insurance used to be so mad when they did that. Because that means they got to get back to our plan and all that kind of stuff. Associate Minister said, open the doors of the church and asking the person if they want to join the church. Yes, the doors of the church are now open. Y'all know y'all heard that. Hey, Lisa. Lisa said, good evening, get my chat. Good evening, Lisa. We having too much fun talking about way back Wednesday, how church used to be. If y'all didn't catch the replay, y'all make sure y'all catch the replay because we just about covering every little thing. The altar call at the end of service, that's what Associate Minister, that's the altar call. So if y'all feel like y'all done backslid for the last couple of months, y'all say, I got to get myself together, what you do? Go back up there to the front of the church and let them lay his hands on you. Let them pray for you and try to get your life together yet again. Yet again. You got to do it again. Oh my gosh. Let me see. Let's see. The Sunday school before morning worship. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that Sunday school that they used to have before? Like if church started at 10, the Sunday school used to start at like 8:30 in the morning. So sometimes my aunt used to have to go early before my uncle and say, I got to go early because I got to teach Bible study. Y'all remember y'all come in, if y'all came in early, they were still in Bible study. Y'all remember that? So you had to wait till they finished up and did their offering for Bible study and then they went into church. Let me know if y'all remember. You remember, Lisa? Yes. Let me see. Katie said at altar call, you can testify, join the church. Oh, yeah. Oh, if you know that you sick of the world and you ready, you go grab that microphone. They go ask you have any words you want to say. You go grab that microphone. Let people know how ready you are on ready. And this is what you've been going through. But this time, I'm good. Y'all know. Y'all know. When you hit that microphone, you know, some people be like, you have something to say? No, they be scared. They don't want to do all that. Nah. Or they be like, no, I'm just ready to give my life to the Lord. Or something like that. But some people, you give them that microphone, y'all be ready to sit there for a story. Let me see. What is that? Okay, let me see. Children having to recite the Easter speeches. Yes. Oh, can anybody remember the Easter speech? I'm new to Easter speech. It seemed like up until about probably decades now, but still, I didn't know it for a long time. In the front of the whole church, you know how you had a part, I couldn't wait till I had my son when he could get his part the Easter Sunday. He only had, you know, they had like, it was a whole speech for like when they was 2 and 3 years old. You just teach them how to say their one little part. Who remembers their Easter speech? Somebody got to remember the Easter speech. Let me see. Associate minister said, I'm an associate minister, reserve deacon, Sunday school teacher. Okay, mass choir member, male chorus member, and church's primary ground attendant. I'm not a pastor. Yes, associate minister. Darius said, it's a lot of y'all don't go to church no more. I can tell. Why you say that, Darius? How can you tell? Katie said, mine was Jesus wept. Most people say Jesus wept. If you ain't know nothing else, you know Jesus wept. Katie, Lord. Okay, let me see. The Christmas programs, yes, with the children forgetting all their lines. Remember that? While somebody whispered the words from the front pew to let them know. Remember that? Y'all remember the Christmas programs? Those used to be so much fun. You won. All praise to the Most High. You did yours. Okay. Oh no, wait, no. All praise to the Most High said, she is one that still goes to church. That's what all praise to the Most High said. She said, well, I'm one that do. Let me see. I used to draw backgrounds for the Christmas show. Did you, Darius? Yes, because everybody used to get all ready for the production. That used to be so much fun. Oh, no, she said no, don't. Oh, I praise to the Most High. She said, Darius, you said a lot of y'all don't go to church no more. I could tell. Katie said, I'm one that don't go no more. That's all praise to the Most High said. I think that's what she's saying. Unless she's saying that she don't remember her speech. Let me know, Paul praises. Okay, let me see. Katie said, Darius right. Church has changed. It has changed. It has changed. We want to go back to the old stuff. Okay, let me see. Okay, we talked about the vacation Bible school. I think Jimmy brought that up during the summer. Offering time with the baskets or the plates. You know, they used to have the baskets. What did they graduate to? I think it started with the plates. I think we started out with those plates they used to send over, and then they graduated. Switched it over, which makes sense to get the baskets because the plates was, everything falling over, and one person to be at one end, they'll watch it to go down until the next person get it, and they pass it. So yes. Yes, I don't attend church anymore. Okay, yes. She said, well, I'm one. I don't attend. A lot of people attend church. First of all, people have gravitated to their spirituality being between them and God a lot more now. And then a lot of people watch it online. Like, I don't even know the name of Tanya's church, Beautiful Hill, but she shares it on her page. And so I just go to the thing and click it. Oh, what is it called? Oh, I feel so bad. Is it something with the initials of UP? I don't know, but I go to her page and I click it, and I love their services. So yes, and I know my sister does. Well, I think she's going to church now, but for years before, she was doing a virtual church, but she was going like virtual there and going like between the both. But yeah, and my nieces, they go to the same church, but they do some virtual too. It's like it's a mix of it, so it's kind of like it's changed. Let me see. Man, I was so scared of the rap. Oh. I always said, like, I can't believe that I'm 56 years old because nobody could tell me that I was going to live past 12. By the time my auntie used to get up and my uncle used to get up and say, we're living, what we living in, y'all? Y'all, I know y'all can put it down there. What are we living in? We're living in the last days. When they used to preach that, you couldn't make me think I was going to live to see another week or two. Like, I just used to be like, this is so sad how I have to pass away at 12 years old. I'm only 12 years old. Like, I'm telling you. And I didn't realize that I was hearing this while I was 9, 10, 12. Like, she never stopped saying we live in the last days. So at some point I was like, okay, what do you mean by last days? You talking about last centuries? I don't know what you're talking about because now I'm 56. I'm still here. So what do you mean we living in the last days? But yes, had me thinking I was out of here, Darius. A lot of these pastors now, though, think they're running mega churches even when they got a storefront. Yes, it is different in that aspect too. People are just different all the way around. People who decide to have that role are just different too. Yo, thank you so much for the $5. I'm definitely in church. I read for a while, but God got me together. Thank you for that super chat. I'm loving it. Y'all make sure y'all like that. Why is there only 3 likes on Yo-Yo's super chat? I don't understand that. There's 12 people in here. Can y'all hit the like on her super chat, please? Yeah, okay, so Yo-Yo says she ran for a while, but she's bad. A lot of people might do that. I think Tanya is really back into going to the physical building of churches. She said she used to go, and she wasn't going for a while, and she's going back. So a lot of people are finding their way back to the actual building. Darius said, my mama always said the rapture finna take place. Yes. had me believing that it was like within a couple weeks though, like no more than a year. Like we ain't got time, ain't no more birthdays, nothing. I stayed scared. And when I was younger, I really internalized it that way. So when I was younger, probably up until I was like maybe like 12 or something, 13, they had me really, really scared about the rapture, making you feel like it's going. You know, they preached a lot out of Revelation and talking about it. I mean, the fear factor was there. All praise to the Most High. Say yes, the last days, yo. They preached those last days. Katie said the last days. I've been living in the last days for 69 years. I can't. They said it ain't coming. Right? We said it ain't coming. I think they were just saying that. I don't think. Maybe they never said like a date, like it was going to be like right here, right now. They never told me that. It's just how I interpret it. So maybe they were just saying that we're living in the last days of, you know, when you think about before Christ, Christ days, and all of that. Maybe that's what they're talking about, because I was scared. I definitely was scared. Social Minister said, as a leader, I try to put my best into it. I tell people all the time, I'll be held responsible for what I did or did not do. I don't want another person's blood on my hands for what I did not do. Okay. Absolutely. We got to be responsible for ourselves, right? Let me see. Another thing I have is, okay, we talked about the offering time with the baskets or the plates being passed down every pew. You know, you get it down every pew. Having more than one offering. We talked about that. Real Eyes and even said it used to be, what did he say? It used to be 3, now it's 20, something like that. So we had the different offerings going on during the same service. Yes, we did. We had the building fund. We had the repairs. We had the addition for the new church. We had the new church coming. I never understood. This is what I did. Okay. I did understand. I understand it now. I never knew why the building fund had to keep going. First of all, when I was really young, I didn't know what the building fund was. I found out that they were trying to build a church. Then when they got the church, I didn't understand why the building fund was continuing to go on, but it was because they needed other things that, like, we went into the church when we could. So it was other things that might have been like in the kitchen, you know, stuff that was behind the scenes that wasn't complete. So they continued the building fund for those reasons. So I had to get an understanding, because I never knew, because there was so many different funds, and I just knew that we had a long time for offering to pass the plate for all these different things. So those were all of the things that was going on, and now I have a better understanding, because yes, if you have a church, you do have to have stuff for repairs. What if the air go out, or what if the I don't know, a pew breaks, or a speaker is broke? Then you do have to have repairs. So I understand all of that now. So yes, everybody standing up and marching around the church to give their offering. Y'all remember the marching where they put on the music, the offering music? It was always a jam. It was always a jam at our church. They get that started, get the music started. You know, the tone kind of changed in the church. Sometimes they passed the plate, but sometimes, I don't know what it was dependent on. Sometimes we did all go and march in to drop the offering. What was the reason why? I can't remember. Was it a reason why we sometimes had to march and the reason why we didn't have to march? Do y'all know that? Because I didn't never know why we marched sometimes we didn't. Let me see. Katie said people still say we live in the last. Oh, they still saying, okay, that's just the thing. Yo-Yo said we're definitely in the last days. Just pay attention to what's going on in the world. The Bible has to be fulfilled. Yes, but it seemed like back then when they were saying that, the stuff that they were saying in the Bible seemed like it was the same way. It was like everything is in there, like right now, but it's getting worse and worse, and it's still in the Bible. It's still in the Bible. Let me see. All praise to the Most High said, unto the Lord a day is like 1,000 years. Yes, and 1,000 years like a day. Okay. All praises to the Most High said that's probably why. That's probably why. Yo-Yo said, yes, the music. Yes, that music was everything. That offering music, man. Associate Minister said most churches have a general offering, the benevolent offering. The general offering is for the upkeep of the church. The benevolent offering is used to help the members of the church at a time of need. Yep, that was another one. Yo-Yo said, yes, absolutely worse today. Yes, it is. It is. It got to be like some stuff. My daughter will send me, so I think they sent something to our family chat the other day. I was like, this world can't be lasting another 5 minutes. We got about 10 minutes in this life. It was something, so I can't remember what it was, because the kids are always sending something in there. And it's so crazy. I'm like, it can't be like another 5 minutes on this earth. Like, this has to be the last days. It's just so many ridiculous things going on. Okay, so we talked about the additions to the church, everybody standing around and giving their offering. The pastor announcing we need 20 people with $20. Y'all remember those announcements? That's the part where I told you I could never understand about my aunt and my uncle, because they would say they had the goals there, and they would say we need whatever $20 more, or we need $50 more. And then people, if they still just sat around or whatever, then my aunt or my uncle would just go in their pocket and just give it to them, and just so that it could just end. And I used to feel so bad for them every time, because it just seemed like it happened every doggone Sunday. But yes, but they lived a blessed life, so that's probably why. Let me see the church announcements that seem almost as long as the sermon. I said we used to have everything going on. I don't know why. Well, I had been to a different kind of church. Like my sister has went to like Catholic churches and stuff. And when you go there, they have all that written down on a piece of paper. And they just give you the paper, so that's your announcements. But for the churches I went to, the Church of God in Christ, they are going to do announcements. You're going to know about everything, all the churches they're going to be visiting, if somebody is sick and shut in, all of the things they're going to have in those announcements. Yes, time is not on our side, Yo-Yo said. It can't be. Let me see those announcements, and then the communion Sunday with the tiny cup and the crackers, whatever, little wafer things being passed around. I don't know why. As a kid, I thought that was I didn't have to do it no more as an adult. But as a kid, I'm thinking like, oh, that's wine. We get a chance to drink the wine. I ain't gonna lie. Even though it was grape juice and a little cracker, it didn't even taste, it's like a water cracker or whatever you call it. It didn't taste like nothing. But you can't make me think that was not the best cracker. It was like, can I have 5? Like, we can only have one. Can I have another? I wanted one so bad. I don't know why those were the best crackers. Just because I could only have one, I'm sure. Let me see. You're laughing. And Social Medicine said, we must remember life is like a rapper. Too short. It is too short. Yes. Jimmy said they used to let the youth do the announcement. Okay, the offering. I learned to count money at church. That's cool. Okay. No, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, let me see. So, the church dinners. We had the church dinners in the fellowship hall basement after service. We didn't have basement at our church, but I do remember having going to other churches, and they had their basements, or they had another room that was just like built onto the church, where you go into the room down the hallway or something like that. And when they had those church dinners, I didn't go to a lot of those, because we kind of like had dinner at home afterwards, or we went to like a Ponderosa, or like some kind of buffet or something. A lot. Buffets was just the thing back then. Out of church, go to the buffet. Out of church, go home and had a soul food dinner that's been cooked already that morning or the night before. That was just the rule. Katie said, worse today is a matter of if you lived through the 50s and 60s. Okay. So, Katie is saying that it can depend on when you were born and what you lived through. Yes. Jimmy said we had Saturday morning prayer breakfast. Okay, Jimmy. Okay. Well, usually if I went to church, I went with my aunt. So I would spend the night over there to go. And she had 10 kids. Well, 9 kids. I would be the 10th child. She had to get ready to go. And one of her children had Down syndrome. So it wasn't no trying to get no breakfast ready for no church. You get ready, and by the grace of God, we got there on time. So yes. Why church dinner is still the same? Really? Chicken, green beans, mashed potatoes? Yes, Eddie. Yes, there was like the menu every time I went. It was kind of like that. Well, I probably, because chicken was cheaper back then, green beans, mashed potatoes, they just trying to get people fed. They just trying to get you fed. They ain't trying to bring no different varieties. They would worry about that. Classy lady said, I'm Catholic, dad and brother, but I always visit my mom's church. Okay, that was Baptist. Okay, so you got a little taste of it, Classy lady. Social Media says, Grandma's World, I love the first Sunday I get to lead the Holy Communion. Okay, son. I know it was the blood. Oh, the song is called I Know It Was the Blood. Doing that never gets old. Yes. Jimmy said that chicken came straight from Popeye. You think it came from Popeye? Did we have Popeyes back then? I don't think we had Popeyes back then. We didn't have Popeyes back then here. If it would have been some chicken from somewhere, it would have been Kentucky back then. But no, somebody cooked our chicken. A Catholic service was like, oh yeah, they didn't play. Catholic, when I told you my sister's, she got married when she was 16. So her mother-in-law was in a Catholic church. No, not Catholic. I'm sorry, Lutheran. And so Lutheran churches is not getting ready to play with you with all that music. Y'all not getting ready to start running around. Y'all not getting ready to start standing up having hour-long testimonies. You're not going to do that. We're going to have some hymns, pick up that book in the back of that pew, sing along with us. We're going to bring the word, and bye. We'll see you next Sunday. That's just how it go. They didn't play with us like that. Let me see. No, they fried the chicken. Katie said, yeah, ours fried. They fried our chicken. All praises. Okay, wait, she got that. Hey, Wood, how you doing? Slow down. I'm talking too fast. Y'all know when I get hyped up and passionate about a conversation, I will talk real fast. Haywood says, slow down. Hold on. Okay, Haywood. What was the next thing I got, y'all? Oh, the church mothers cooking fried. Why did I have it on here, y'all? The church mothers cooking fried chicken, greens, macaroni and cheese, cornbread dressing. Well, we didn't have that. We had that at home. We had it at home, but we didn't have it at church. They said cornbread dressing, green beans, cakes and pies. But some probably did have like the cakes and pies and all that. I remember a lot my aunt saying she have all these pies lined up and be like, those for the church. So I do remember that. Somebody making a plate to take home after the church dinner. Yes, and sometimes making 2 plates. Lord, let me see. Classy Lady said we have a gospel choir and we go for an hour and a half. Okay. Yeah, that's what I be needing, an hour and a half. All praise to the Most High said the old ladies cooked the food. Yep, they cooked the food back there. Jimmy said, did y'all have real communion, wine, or grape juice? We had grape juice. Somebody had real wine? I thought all of it was grape juice. Was it real wine that was given to the kids? Our churches cooked everything. Yes. Hey, Black Coffee, how you been? Black Coffee be staying away so long? She said, hey, get my chat. We talking about how church used to be, Black Coffee. That's what we're talking about, how church used to be. Man. Okay. Somebody making a plate or 2. We talked about that, to take home, or 2. And the last one that I have, I don't know what y'all remember. Last one I had was, and the ultimate old school experience, going to church in the morning, realizing you might be there until afternoon with absolutely no idea what time you're going to be getting out. You just didn't know. Wouldn't know it ends at this. Now they have those services that say starts at 8 o'clock. So it got to be over at 9:30 because they start at 10. Then they have at 10 o'clock. They have these services that force them out the building. Back then, no. It's up and it's stuck once you're in this building. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what time we're getting out of here. I don't know. It might be 1. It might be 2. Could be 3. But you're going to be there to be at church for that service for that day. Right? Unless you're old enough to walk yourself out of there. If you ain't old enough to walk yourself out of there, go get you some water or something. I don't know. The mothers might have that peppermint in their purse for you. I don't know. Ain't nobody giving you no snack, no nothing. They don't care how old you are. You sitting there. That was just, what kind of discipline? We was disciplined, y'all. We was disciplined. We have just a sip. Okay. Classy Lady said that they had real wine, just a sip. Okay. Katie said our churches still have the kitchen ministry. Oh, they cook for all the repasts. That's nice. That's nice, Katie. That's nice. I didn't know when my son passed away. When my dad passed away, even when my husband passed away, I didn't know what. First of all, I'm looking like I don't want nothing to eat. Like I don't want anything to eat right now. I was I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of disgusted that I was like having an attitude that people was worried about eating. I'm looking like my daddy is gone, my husband is gone, my son is gone. Y'all worried about eating. So I had that kind of attitude. I wouldn't want to eat nothing. I would just like my stomach was just turned upside down. But I don't know how it came. All I know is people came from somewhere for my dad. All I know, I looked up and it was a whole serving thing of food. People behind there serving. I guess they may have coordinated with my sister. Maybe for my husband, I think maybe his mom must have coordinated. For my son, I think my cousin. I kind of coordinated that because I wanted to reflect my son. So I kind of did that one. I wanted to have my hand in everything with my son to make sure things was okay. But that's a thing that people have to go through to be worried about food and stuff. So that's good that your church steps in and that's automatic for people. They don't have to worry about that. That is a blessing. That's a blessing. I'm sure they're a blessing to a lot of people, Katie. Social Minister said, hey, Black Coffee. Yes, some long services, yo. All praise to the Most High. Said grape juice for them. Catholics had real wine. Oh, okay, that's why. Yeah, we had grape juice. Black Coffee said the second service after dinner used to take me out. Listen, you'll be there most of the morning and the early afternoon. You'll go home. You'll be able to take off your clothes for a minute. We did take off our clothes. We took off the clothes and then we ate whatever the dinner was, relaxed for a bit. And by the time it seemed like right back, because we probably would get out between 2 and 3. We'll get home and then we would be there till about 6 because church started back up at about 7. and lasted to like 9. Them Sundays used to be long. You was gonna hear a word on a Sunday. Black Coffee said second, yes. Jimmy said we had something called no-need juice. Okay, I never heard of that. Yo-Yo said don't let the second service or be a visiting church. Oh my gosh. If it's a visiting church, you usually have to be back sooner. And with no saying that you wasn't gonna miss because if it was a visiting church, you had to go because it was a visiting church. Or if you was going to visit a church, you couldn't say no because you had to show up for that church. Y'all. Huh. Black Coffee said social media said, hey, all praise to the Most High said, understandably. Katie said, my friend's church have Morgan David wine. Oh, okay. And they're Baptist. Okay. So they have real wine. Jimmy said, my mama used to say, you better get you a church plate. Because I ain't cooking today. I know that's right. Your mama got off easy. I know that's right. That's what they said. They said people used to pack up 1 or maybe 2. Shoot. Associate Minister said the kitchen ministry is part of the bereavement ministry. Okay. The bereavement ministry gets the church ready for a funeral. And if the repast is at the church, they prepare the food. And see, that's another fun. Like a lot of people are saying, a lot of people speak against tithing at a church, right? Katie, that's a good reason why it is. It is. Prepare the fellowship hall. They speak against tithing. And I probably never was that concerned, but I got to an age where I heard people really having a problem with it. But I do remember the preacher preaching on it when I probably got like 16, 17. So I had a good understanding about it. And then plus my family comes from business. So I understood how business works. It's a building. Somebody got to pay for it. They ain't going to pay for itself. So people don't understand that tithing is not always, I don't know, it could be different things for different. But when you look at tithing, the purpose of it is that you're contributing to the, well, I'm not in this aspect. If you're tithing to the church, if you're tithing, let me say that, if you're tithing to a church, it's not you saying, I want to make sure you have a fat bank account. When you give the money, I don't know what's going to be left over, but until you get to the point where it's some left over, it's a building. A lot of times they did a loan on these buildings. Now they could have cashed out for it, which means they still have to save for that, right? They have to save for a building. You can't think a pastor is going to come out. How would he work, take care of his family, and pay for a $1 million building or a $500,000 building or a $200,000 building? How would he do that? So obviously the congregation is responsible for that. Even though I'm not going to a physical church right now, I still understand about how a building would go. So if I'm going to a building and I'm taking part in the building, having to be there for my benefit, I know that they have to have either a mortgage if they took out a loan or they've already saved for it. But I know that if my light bill, well, how much my light bill is, how much you think that light bill is. Then they have insurances that they have to have. They have people in the building. They have zoning, things that they have to do to be in that building. They have all the things in there that has to be purchased. They have to, like for all of these funds, if they have people and they want to be a church who is a resource, how are they going to be doing like these repasses if they don't have the money to pay for the food? Like things like that. So if people are having people passing away and they have to open the church building, that's more light and electricity that has to be done. The microphones is taking up light and electricity. All of that stuff. So it is cost and having any business. So obviously they have to have it. So when people think, I'm not paying tithes, thinking that you just putting it in their pocket. Like I said, I don't know how much is left over based on the church you go to. But I'm saying that to begin with, the church has to be taken care of. Even though I don't go to a physical church too much anymore, but I still got sense enough to know that the building cannot pay for itself. That can't happen. Especially for small churches. Like maybe for big churches, it might be something left over. I don't know if those are big churches, but small churches, they have a lot of financial responsibility that they have to keep that building running. So let me see. Okay. Prepare for the fellowship. Okay, Black Coffee said the food ministry used to hide the good stuff. What, Black Coffee? Katie said my friend's dad told her to pick up a few bottles. The other day I was like, they still sell that? She said, I have not seen none in a long time. I mean, I'm talking about like decades. I haven't had none in a long time. Katie said day. Yeah. Okay. The other day, yeah. Okay. Katie said, yes, the church does have expenses. I did always tithe and give to the benevolent offering. Yes, like it's stuff going on. And so, I don't know. I just always understood that. I don't know. A lot of people don't want to take care of a preacher if a preacher is not working. I don't know, depending on what the situation is. But a lot of churches, the preachers have responsibilities to go to see people who are sick, They are preaching multiple sermons during the week, preparing for the sermon. I know the way I had to prepare for my lives, I know they had to prepare for a sermon. And so it's different things like that. So it's not just a job of they meet us there, they stand up and talk, and why should we give you the money for doing that? They do a lot of other things too, you know, and especially if they have outreach programs, things like that. They're overseeing a staff a lot of times. They have a job to do. It's a whole position. It's a position. So yes, so I do understand it. I do understand it. But I do we got to okay, Bible chat. We're gonna bring up tithing. This week we're gonna be talking about words. It's going for the Bible chat today. I'm not today. The Bible chat for Sunday, 1:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're gonna talk about words. That's gonna be an interesting one right there. I was in Tanya's Bible 40. What's the name of it? Something 40 days. 40, I think it is. And we were talking about words. And I was like, Sunday, we're going to talk about words. And so, but we're talking about this now. So I think the one after that, we're going to talk about tithing and get some perspectives of people's thoughts about tithing. Because a lot of people feel like it has to go straight to the church. And I don't have that belief anymore. I don't utilize it. I do believe if you go into the building and utilize it, that you should contribute to the upkeep. But I feel like I tithe in so many other ways. And then we're going to talk about if people going to tell me, nope, they don't count. They might tell me that. So y'all come in so y'all can tell me what is y'all perspective. I'm going to listen. And then I'm going to get the verses that I know. Y'all go drop the verses that y'all know. And then we're going to talk about it, have a chat about it. Okay? Not a study. I ain't teaching the Bible. I like to have a chat about it so I can get y'all's perspectives, put it against mine. Then we look at the word and what it says about it, and then so I can make a better decision on whatever I'm thinking about the thing that or the topic that we have. That's how that goes. Associate minister. So wait. No, I haven't been to church since the pandemic, but I still tithe. Black Coffee says she haven't been there, but she still tithes. Yep. Some people just feel like I wanted to go to a church organization. Absolutely. Katie said, I love my pastor. He was my history teacher. Are you serious? That is so cool. Associate Minister says, Grandma's where I've always seen the tithe in two parts. Funds used for the operation of the church. Funds used to help the members of the church. A healthy church should not have to go outside of itself in order to be a fully functioning church. Yes, it's nice when a lot of churches, like Katie said, church does the cooking for repast. You know, like when they have outreach there and they are prepared to be there for their members. I love that. I love that. That tithing is a tough topic. It is a tough topic. That's why I was saying I don't teach nothing about it. I just want to get y'all perspectives. It is. But I applied the 10% savings to my finances, and it does work, at least for me. Okay? We're going to talk about it not this Sunday, but the following Tuesday. This Tuesday, I want talking about words. Words. The power in words. That's what we're talking about. Black Coffee said, my pastor is my first cousin, and he still works a 9 to 5. Yeah, a lot of pastors still work a job. They still work a job. Some pastors can't, they might have a very support. That could be like, you know, like how content creators have a channel. Some content creators have a chat that will support them financially, and they probably don't have to work. But the other channels couldn't dare think about stopping a job because there's no way that they will be able to live. So I think a lot of that sometimes can even go into like the same kind of scenario with churches, because some pastors will have to work if they want to keep their family. It's just not enough for them to get taken care of afterwards. They just try to be there to have the church going, and it's only enough for that. It's not enough. So I can see that. Thank you, Terrence B, for the 2 jewels of the star, 2 jewels of the 100, and the 200, not 200, 2 jewels for the sparkles. Thank you. I appreciate you for that. Thank you to everybody who came in, everybody who's a super sender. Thanks for the super chat. Yo, I appreciate you for that. Let me see. What do you think about online tithing? I think that's what I think that my personal belief is that I think that people can tithe to their conviction. Whatever they feel like, if they feel good about that tithing online, because if I'm looking at the service every week, I don't, at some point, like I've been doing it only for like 3 weeks now, right? At Tanya's church. After a while, like in a minute, if I continue to use that as my resource to get a consistent word, I'm probably going to feel obligated to send something. I'm probably just going to feel obligated to send something because, I know I'm not in the physical building, but then I'm thinking about it. You got to have a business mind to think like this, but I know they have to have a production. Somebody has to be recording that. Somebody has to be over the social media to make sure it gets out there. I know it's a job that has to be done with that, so I'm probably gonna feel like I have to contribute to it. So some people do online tithing because they're just trying to pour back into where they feel is their resource for them feeling, I don't know, a spiritual wholeness or whatever, or complying with what they feel like God said we should do. I'm just different because I do things like my gas pull-ups where I just pull up to people and I might buy their gas. People I know, I might give them something. I try to be a blessing to the YouTubers on here. Like, so I tithe in other kind of ways. Like, I don't know, it might be to my grandchildren, my nieces, my nephews, or something like that. So I feel in my heart that I tithe that way, and I don't feel convicted for it. I don't feel like I should be seeking out a building to have to give it to. I think if I wanted to, there would be another way that I could do that. But because I'm not utilizing that right now, I still feel like it's other ways that I could do that. So that's just my personal, but I don't feel bad about anybody else who does it. I don't have a opinion of saying, oh, yeah, you should, or no, you shouldn't. I think it's a personal thing. Because some people are going to do that 10%, some going to do 5%, some going to do 50%. Like, people just do what they feel like they need to do. And I remember I said my Bible chat is not teaching anything. It's literally to have a topic, us to come in, use the word as a reference, like a base, and then see what perspectives people have. And I like to respect people's ways that they think, especially spiritually, and what works for them. And then that's just it. That's just it. Let me see. Katie said, and also pastors, associate deacons also visit. They said, yes, it showed it. Yes. My pastor was there to pray with me for my first and only surgery. Yeah, things like that. Like, yeah, they could just come and do it. But think if this is a pastor who has 300 members. What if 20 people, which wouldn't be big, 20 people need a surgery and he has to go? Like, yes, he could go, but like, it's still gas to go 20 different places. Like, to ask him to go to work somewhere, take care of his family, make sure you have gas for 20 people this week that might be having surgery, this month that might be having surgery, have enough gas like that. I think that's asking a pastor of a lot. So I believe in pastors, if the church takes care of them, or if they have funds for pastors when they have to do all that stuff. I do believe in that. I still believe in it for people who participate in a church setting, and you have the benefit of having that. I don't know. I just think like a transportation fund. Yes. Hey, Madelle, how you doing, Classy Lady? Thank you so much for the gold coin and the flower. I appreciate you for that. So thank y'all for coming to Way Back Wednesday. It's always a good time. I don't know what we're going to have next week, y'all. I got to like really, really think to see what we're going to have as a theme next week. Hopefully, if y'all play games, y'all come tomorrow. Do I have a game set up? I think I do have a game set up. Come for a game night tomorrow or Friday for the chat is in charge. Y'all can talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. Come to the healing conversation on Saturdays because those are real good topics. And a lot of times, if you can't relate to that topic, you can take the tools and apply them to different parts of your life. And then Sunday, like I said, we have the Bible chat on 1:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. Y'all make sure y'all come there and drop y'all opinions so we can talk about it. Thank you, Madelle, for catching the replay. I appreciate that. And Sunday night I come on. But I told y'all we have Gamma Grubs. I'm so happy to have my double thingy burner. We're going to be not only eating on live a couple times a week when I come for lunchtime, but I'm going to be cooking it and eating it. I was so happy when it came today. I was like, yes, I'm ready. So I'm going to sit right here because, first of all, I told y'all before, when I cook, I don't stand up on the stove. I get that started, sit down. Go do this, check on it, sit down. I don't just stand up over a stove. So I'm not going to ever put this camera up in no kitchen and think that I'm going to stand here on live until it's done. No, I would never do that. Before I do that, I order a chair to sit down in. I don't do that. So now y'all know I just had a knee replacement. I sure enough ain't standing up, cooking nothing. So I'm going to have the burner right here. Push y'all back because I'm going to need more to the table. And then we're going to cook all the stuff. I have everything prepared that I need. And that's how I'm going to cook. So, yes, we're going to be cooking sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes we'll be cooking. So, that's what we're doing for Gamma Grubs. And those are pop-up lives. So, make sure y'all have y'all notifications on for that. Because I like that segment. I like that segment. I really like that segment. So, I'm going to be doing that 2 to 3 times a week. What else? We had our random pop-ups that we're doing. I'm coming live. I'm trying to work hard because I'm trying to get 11K before September 1st, y'all. I need, what is it, about 200? I think I need around 200 subscribers, y'all. Y'all, Can y'all help me in some kind of way? Well, one thing y'all can do, y'all make sure y'all keep liking. Make sure y'all keep doing that. But make sure that y'all are hyping my videos up. I can't say that enough, y'all, because if it is working, I need for y'all to do that thing. It don't cost you nothing after a live. This live in a couple hours, it might be ready to be hyped, but you can go back 7 days, up to 7 days. Use those 3 hypes that's free to y'all. They're free to subscribers. Go to the comment section, swipe once or twice. You're going to see the hype button. Hype me up, y'all, so they can push them out to the algorithm and bring those subscribers in, hopefully. Let me see. Wait, hold on. Let's see. Badell said she's going to catch the replay. Katie said, I believe in supporting the church also. I ever did. Oh, she said, I don't think I've ever given 10%, but I gave a lot. Yes. 10% sometimes. I understand the concept of 10%, but sometimes people could have 10% this week, but for some reason they may not have 10%. And I do understand that you're supposed to put God first. I understand the concept of that, but like reality, if I have a job, I have to get to the job, my transmission goes out, I'm going to use every dime because I have to get back to work, because otherwise what? It's not going to be any more 10%. I got to get to work. I have to use every dime to do that. You know, you could have faith to say, well, give your 10%. It could come other ways, but that's a chance that you're going to take. I don't know. Yes, that's some serious faith. We talked about faith before. That's faith. A social minister said, to me, a tithe is about one word, help. Yes, I think that too. A tithe isn't always about money. It's about giving genuine help to a person or organization in need. Yes, you can tithe about giving a listening. I think he said tithe by giving a listening ear. Because like, what if there are people that don't have an income. They don't have an income at all, no income. So they can't give 10%. But what would God think about them saying, but I'm going to go visit this nursing home and see if people need help with blah, blah, Skippy. I just think that is a way that, I don't know, I'm not saying that God's going to say, okay, that covers your 10%. I'm not saying nothing like that, but I'm just saying I think it's other ways, like associate minister. It's not all, especially if it's, I don't know, I just think it's other ways you can tithe. I believe in that. White preachers don't preach in robes no more. I don't know, do they? Don't they? They don't do it no more? Feeding somebody, clothing somebody, giving somebody a ride to where they need to go. Okay. Associate Minister Black Coffee said 100. Yes. I believe when people send super stickers and super chats, I believe when I do it, let me see when I do it. I take that as a blessing to somebody. I don't know. Sometimes I can periodically cash up somebody $5. It might be $5, but I don't know what would put on my heart for me to just pick a person one day to do that. I don't know what could be going on. And on their end of the stick, it could have been they need $5 more for something. I don't know what it could be. Maybe they didn't need it. Maybe just they needed that on their heart for somebody to give to them. I don't know. But I just feel like it's other ways that you can do things. I just really believe that. But that's just for me. That don't mean that it worked for everybody like that. But I didn't get my... Wait. Hold on, Badell. Hey, hold on. Dang, it went all the way up. Hold on, Badell. Badell. I'm all the way up here to wine. Wait a minute. After Terrence. Badell said, Gamma, I did get my prize in the drawing. Okay, you talking about over on B's channel? The prize money came from Miss Alabama, and she told me that she had your Cash App, so she didn't send it to you yet. Let me know, and I'm gonna text her like right now and just tell her. Cause she said, I didn't have everybody's Cash App to send it, and she said I already have Madeo's. Let me text her, cause she could have just forgot. Let me text her and let her know you didn't get it. Let me text her for you. Miss Bella Adele is in my chat and says she never received her prize. Okay, I just texted her, Adele. So she'll let me know if she's going to send it or if she wants to send it to me for me to send it to you. So we'll know. Hopefully she'll text me while I'm on here. Okay. So Badell. Okay, so Badell said I used to give 10% until I got an understanding in the Bible. Okay. So, but you should come Sunday so you could give us your, we can dive deeper and have some, some real conversation about the different things people do regarding that. Please tune in to Sundays for his Grandma's World Holy Bible chat and prayer. YouTube stream, live stream broadcast times are depending on where you are, 2 Eastern, 1 Central Standard Time, 12 Mountain Time, 11 for Pacific Time, 11 a.m. Okay, Social Minister said, please hit the hype button and scroll to the left to the comments. It really helps small content, YouTube content creators, videos created. Okay, she said, hold on, Adele. She said, hold on. Videos created in the last 7 days get a higher positive rating from the YouTube algorithm. Yes. Jimmy said, I can remember going through my mama's, paying her tithes over the light bill. Yeah, that was a crazy situation. Yes, a lot of people have faith about that, and they just feel like it'll work out, but they're going to give those tithes. Come hell or high water, they will get evicted to do tithes. That's for sure. Associate Minister is telling y'all about that hype button. Hi, Ariel. Girl, we're about to get out of here in a minute. Katie said our preachers still wear robes. Okay, to the choir too, except in the summer. Okay, hey, Lucinda. Lucinda said, I didn't tithe when I was unemployed for 5 years. Now I do. For me, it's obedience. It's personal between me and God. Yes, because he's working on me in this area. Great conversation. Hey, God, yes, and Lucinda, not this week. We're talking about words, how we are affected by words this Sunday. But the next one we're going to talk about tithing. We're going to try to break down tithing, get people's perspectives. We're going to read some Bible verses on it, try to see if it's in alignment with what we're already doing, or can we be, get some information about it, have a better understanding, and choose to do it a different way, or whatever. So we'll be talking about that. So she said, hey, everyone, happy Wednesday. Lucinda said to y'all, but Dale said, I won from guessing her name. Oh, yeah. Let me tell her that. Hold on. She said she won for guessing your name. Yes, I do remember that. Guessing your name. Your name. Okay, she'll probably get right back to me. Okay, Lucinda, thank you so much for sending the star, Lucinda. Jimmy said, I hate to see preachers with the iPad. Why? Jimmy, why? Oh, she said did she just send it? Let me see if she just sent it. Oh, she just sent it, Madelle. Tell me if you get it. Tell me if you get it, Madelle, because she just sent me the screenshot that she sent it. Tell me why you don't want them to have an iPad. They probably don't want to do all that writing, and this is easier to do notes. Lucinda, thank you so much for the gold coin. Black Coffee said, hey, Lucinda. Lucinda said, hey, Black Coffee. Madelle said hi to Lucinda. And Lucinda said hi back. Hey, Abrielle. Black Coffee said, Lucinda said, I was president of the number 2 choir. What's the number 2 choir? Just the second choir? Y'all had 2 choirs? Okay. Abrielle said I had a Black Coffee. Madelle, let me know if you get it. No. But Madelle, did you win 2 times, she said? She just said she won. She won by guessing your name. Okay, let me see. Oh, you did win 2 times. Oh, wait. She said she won twice. What was the other thing you won? You won about her name, and what else? Oh, you won for answering her name, but what else did you win? Madelle? What else did you win? I'll text it. Okay, she said that she sent another one. Okay, there we go. Okay, so hopefully, thanks for everybody coming in. We got 13 people hanging in here. Y'all know when y'all start coming in here, I'll be wanting to hang up the phone. So y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Again, thanks so much. The door is open. Thanks so much for the likes and the super stickers or super chat and the gifts. I appreciate y'all for that. Katie says, shoot, we have the men's chorus, the sanctuary choir, the children's choir, and the young adult choir. Okay, y'all. See, that's the kind of church I got to go to. That's the kind of church I got to go to. Lucinda said I was in pretty much everything at church. Okay. Okay. But now she said that B pull your name as well. She wants to know if that when you guess her name and then B pull your name. She wants to know. Hey y'all. Let me see. I was pretty much in everything, man. Yes. Well, we had most of the stuff we had was like a lot of musical stuff, and I didn't know how to sing or play an instrument, so it wasn't much of hey girl, hey girl. It wasn't much I could get into. But thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all for coming in. Let me see. Oh,
okay.
let me ask. Hold on. Let me see, Lucinda. Thank you, Lucinda, for sending that gold coin. I appreciate that. Okay, Taya, I'll see you later. But now she's getting it situated now to see like what she's trying to figure out which thing you won, so she'll know what to send. Okay, so she's trying to figure that out, and you'll get your Cash App regardless. You'll know. Okay. All right, y'all. See y'all. Hopefully, I'll see y'all tomorrow. If I don't come live late tonight, hopefully I'll see y'all tomorrow. Okay. Katie said I think she was yeah, that's what she got the guessed her name, but she said she wants something else. Madelle said she wants something else. So trying to figure out, and I didn't have her for the name because Miss Alabama had told me she already had her Cash App, so I don't know. Yep, she guessed the first name. So I don't know, Madelle's not typing it here, so I don't know. Good night, Ariel. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. Let's see. I'm gonna give Madelle a couple more minutes. If not, Madelle, if you hear me, if you have any other questions, just go to one of my comments and just write it. I'll get it like within a couple minutes. So just write in my comments if you have any other questions. But I did let her know, and so she's just trying to figure out what the second thing was. Okay. All right, Black Coffee. Thanks for coming in.